Hi Capricorn, this is Donatella and welcome to your May 2018 reading. Before we get started, there's going to be three things that happen today. First, we're going to have a little bit of a conversation. Then I'm going to tell you about what's going on in astrology. And at the very end, I'm going to show you how this will play out as your story in the tarot. The first thing that I'm going to talk about may be a very, very sensitive topic for you, okay? But throughout the ages, earth signs and fire signs have had problems for many centuries. So a lot of people this year are going to be facing their shadow side, and whatever provokes them is going to appear so that way they can solve this problem for the next generation to come. If you watched my last video, I was talking about the age of Aquarius. There will be a shift where people will start fighting for their freedom, but through this fight, they'll find peace. And what has to happen, though, is in order for this to happen is, Capricorn, you will be placed with a lot of fire signs that you do not agree with. And this was done on purpose. And it's not to stress you out or cause more problems for you. But in this lifetime, you are responsible for merging with people. And for the longest time, you have not had the same beliefs as other fire signs. So many of you were born with a mother or a father that is either an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. If not, you have aunts and uncles that have triggered you in your life in ways where it has forced you to evolve. And if you feel like you haven't been able to ever evolve with these people, there's a reason for this. So as everything, there's always two sides to something. There's always like two sides to a coin. The moon always changes in different shifts. There's always there's not one way of how something looks. And that's why there was 12 different flavors of 12 different zodiacs. There's a reason for this. We need the flavor of everyone. And I know that there are some people in your life that trigger you, but without us being a melting pot and working together, this life will never be able to evolve the way that it should. It'll just crumble. And it doesn't affect you just in your home. It affects you throughout your life with the people that you live with the generations that are to come. So if you don't resolve this problem in this generation, it will repeat again. Many of you will probably be born with a fire sign. This is just an example, okay? Some of you, it's not going to fit, but a lot of you, there's this pattern that keeps repeating, and I see it over and over again. If you grew up in a household with fire signs and you had issues with them, you will find yourselves later on, even after you're married, or even when you escape from that kind of, not escape, but when you grow up and you have your own life and your own lifetime and your own family life, you're going to see that those same signs, they're different people, but they reappear again in your life. They might not be your partner, but they'll be friends of your partner, or they will be, they might even be your partner, but you'll notice that you're very, very triggered by fire signs. The reason why fire signs appear is not because they are not spiritual, Capricorn, because I know you have a huge problem with superficiality. And you have a problem when you see extreme like greed and people that are vain and have no like recourse, and just people that don't take responsibility for themselves, because you're the kind of person that takes responsibility for yourself, and it sickens you to not understand a person that does not take responsibility for themselves. So even if you don't have that fire sign that's a problem in your life, there's an issue that you run into with fire. People of the fire sign are always exciting, okay? That's what always draws you around them. Their energy is like full of life. Their energy is full of birth. And it is actually spiritual in a sense, because it brings you back and it renews you. And even during April, when an Aries is born, a chick is hatched. There's little babies being born in nature, and this is just something that naturally happens. So, but when you're born, Capricorn, you're born during the winter. You're born during the frost. And most of your life, you've been trying to thaw yourself from the freezer because you've realized how much of a cold, dark world it has been. But through this journey, it should have not made you cold. It should have somehow made a way where you could have found a form of having empathy. And the only way that you can, the only way that an Capricorn can rise and start becoming warm is if they start mingling with the fire signs. I'm not saying that you have to completely change your identity. I'm just saying, like, kind of merge. Like, you don't have to do everything their way, but accept them for who they are, and that's their process of being, and accept yourself as who you are and your way of being. Just be able to merge with them. Because it's not, you shouldn't be uncomfortable if you just have to have a superficial relationship with people. You shouldn't be, it doesn't have to make you feel like they're fake. But the thing is that if, I know you want to have a much deeper level of relationships with people. I understand that. You want to have a deeper relationship with people. And if you can't have one with them, you're either in or you're out. That's really how you are, Capricorn. But the thing is that if you want to merge with these types of people, they work at a they work at a very spark level. And your energy is something that they don't understand, okay? So if you take the baby steps of happiness with them and through that build a friendship and then get into the deepness, then you guys can really bond into something that's really, really beautiful. Until you're able to allow yourself to thaw, you're not going to be able to heal yourself at all. And for all of your life, you've never gotten what you deserved, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's your fault, okay? But the thing is that you never speak up. See, all these people, they already know what they want. They always go get something that they don't even deserve, but they go and grab it because they tell themselves that that's what I deserve. And for all of your life, you've been playing like you've been the martyr, that you sacrificed for others while they had their happiness. Why did you do that? Why didn't you do what Libra does and do a negotiation? You know? Why don't you be like, okay, person, you want to go do that? If that makes you happy, well, allow me to do this then so that I could be happy too. You know? Why is it that you have to sacrifice all the way and the other person has to sacrifice too? Why can't you guys just both get what you want? Why can't they talk and you guys be honest and just get exactly what you want, but in a way that is such a diplomatic way, in a way that it just works for you, in a way that it's honest for you, in a way that in a way that you can find compromise too? Because if you sincerely love people, Capricorn, you'll figure out a way that where you can compromise with them. But it doesn't have to be you always thinking that they don't want that. You're always assuming that people don't want to negotiate with you. You're always assuming that people don't want to get along with you. But there are steps that you can take, but you're not taking the other step. You're thinking that there's just this one path. You see, if you want to get to those fire signs, you got to work through the water sign that you already get along with, or the air sign that you get along with, to work through those water signs. It's when you give up and you don't let other people work for you, and you tell yourself, you know what, I got this on my own. I don't need other people's help. When you start playing that game, then you're going to start feeling alone. You're going to be sitting at that table and having lunch by yourself. And that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want you to have lunch by yourself. I want you to go get those friends and sit at lunch with at least 4 or 5 people and have good ass conversation. And when you start going to work, I want you to be like, damn, these are my buddies, man. We talk about everything. We're having fun. And if you're already at that stage in your life, well, kudos to you. Because that's how it should be at work. You should be having fun. You should be enjoying yourself. But you also need to mend everything that has happened in your life. You also have to accept everything for what it was and give the forgiveness that you need. You need to really, this year, Saturn is in Capricorn. You will be inside of, you don't know how special this year is for you, Capricorn. Let me please explain this to you. I know you guys always want me to be quick, but please give me this time so I can explain this to you guys. I never get to stay in my own planet for more than a year. Like I don't get that. I don't get that. You are going to be at your home for 3 years, okay? And let me tell you what this means. You are going to be recalibrating for the next 3 years so that way you can initially be the person that you were meant to be. There is a project that you will, this sometime from now until June, an epiphany will happen and you'll realize what you were supposed to do to save the world. Some point at this time. If you begin to realize that they're working through the connections that you have, you're going to build something beautiful by December 17th, 2020. You are in your planet right now. Saturn teaches us to take responsibility for ourselves. I want you to stop blaming others. I want you to stop blaming the people that have harmed you and hurt you, and I want you to start forgiving them. Just for a second, just give yourself a chance to understand what they had went through to get to the reasonable place that they're at, and just leave it at that. Just be like, you know what? This person went through a hard time. That's why they're such a bitch. Just allow them that. If you allow someone to have empathy for you, I promise you, Capricorn, they're going to start building you empathy. For the longest time, you never had empathy. And the reason is because you never opened that door. As long as you open the door for disrespect, disrespect is going to come in. But if you start opening the door for empathy, empathy will come in. And you know what? There's people that you wish that would just kiss you all the time. You know, you want that all the time. You want those hugs all the time. But have you ever thought about just dropping yourself on someone and just hugging them and just force hugging them? Did it ever occur to you to do that? Because maybe some of these people are just so damn broken that they forgot how it felt to be touched and they don't like to be touched anymore. Maybe they'll realize it and wake up through you. I have felt awakened even by a kiss. Like, all of a sudden I kissed and then I felt this happiness, and I felt like I was woken up by a spell. It's as if the people that you're hurting with, if they could just remember how it felt like when Prince Charming had kissed Snow White, when he woke her up and that spell had broke. A lot of you, I met a lot of Capricorns that really, really, like, they thought about Disney all the time, you know? They brought it up all the time, and Disneyland is such a special place for them. It brings them back to their childhood. It brings them back to their memory. It brings them back with enchantment and the story of how Prince Charming worked. And if you're a Capricorn that's a man, you're him. And you're the female version of that as a girl. But Capricorn is a feminine sign, is what you need to understand. But there's no male or feminine. I mean, I could be a woman right now standing in front of you, and I could be extremely masculine. I could be working my ass off. I could be yelling at people. I could start doing all the things that you would consider a man does. Whatever that means to you, just that masculine energy. It doesn't matter if I'm male or female. But that Prince Charming about you is you. Princess Charming, Prince Charming, that's you. You're the one that saves the day. And when you embrace people, or when you hug people, when it's not fake and when it's actually heartfelt, and it's like, you know what, you don't deserve this forgiveness, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. But when it's actually embraced and actually you take it on, you start feeling good. And then all of a sudden, everybody around you starts feeling good. And then in my April video, I was telling you about from the smallest molecule healing yourself to the universe. I was telling you how that process worked. And it starts with yourself. And in April, you were starting to realize who you really have been this whole time. You were starting to understand your seeds. And it wasn't a coincidence that 2018 I started my channel. You see, there's no such thing as coincidence. I'm in your life right now for a reason. I'm going to take you through through this time. I'm going to flash that flashlight in this dark tunnel with you. You're not alone. But what you don't understand is you're the ship to all of these zodiacs. You're the boat that will carry all of them out of darkness. Because once you're not depressed, the whole world heals. We have to get, when we get to season of Capricorn this year, you guys, follow me through, because it's going to act like a chain effect. It's going to act like a chain, because whoever gets inspired through this process, their neighbors and their friends and their coworkers will be affected just by the light that shines inside of you that is so bright. So please walk with me through these months, and I'm going to teach you and show you how this calendar works so that way you can succeed. Because as I told you, as I explained to you, Capricorn, when it's in Saturn, it's going to feel like it's an uphill battle, but it'll eventually lead to success. So perseverance is rewarded. The rewards are usually delayed, okay? And that's usually when you start losing your hope, when everything starts delaying for you. And I don't want you to feel like you're going to lose hope, because that's the point. When it's usually delayed, the results are usually long lasting. And that's what you need to get excited about. With Saturn in Capricorn, we have a sense that we should work hard for what we want if we want it to last, grow, and strengthen. So from this point on, what are you committed to for the next 12 years? Financially, debt-wise, education-wise, partner-wise, what are you going to be committed to? Start having those conversations. Start seeing if you guys can have a good pattern. You know, figure it out. But make sure that you are that. Make sure that you're the ship that can carry all these people, because if they're not in the direction that you want to go, you're not really going to have people on your boat. And that's not where you need to travel towards. You need to start building a community of your own where you can feel at your best, because otherwise you're going to feel like a dark soul for the rest of your life. You know, this period was to wash your soul from, you know, it's let me explain to you what's going to happen. Because it's not just Taurus season, okay? This is your sister sign. You're going to start feeling like all of this luxury and beauty and high goods is just vain. But the Sagittarius moon is going to ignite something in you on the 15th. Okay? Right now, you're going to be thinking you're appreciative of the physical and material comfort. But there's a moon that's going to shift everything. And let me explain how this works. Sagittarius is a spiritual sign. This is going to happen from May 15th till June 12th. This is going to affect our mood and our feelings. And our feelings will respond in a very Sagittarius way, is what I'm saying. And what that means is that you will call to adventure and initiation into greater truth and freedom, opposing the feeling of duality. So you're going to start feeling one way instead of split. For a very long time, you've been feeling very, very split. And this Sagittarius moon is here to shake you. The reason is so that we can illuminate our soul's wisdom as we create our future. You're going to start building something in these next 3 years that's very important, very, very imperative for the universe. And what that will create is a future with love, vulnerability, and truth. Capricorn, you've been waiting a very long time to be vulnerable with people, and that won't start until you can be vulnerable with them and accepting them for who they are. See, the reason why you can't get vulnerable with people is because you're afraid that either you have to have confrontation with others when you do state your truth, or you're worried that they're not going to give you your freedom. So why don't you give this exchange to others then? Why don't you give back what you want, and you'll get exactly what you'll get. What you wanted to get. That's what you wanted anyway, so give what you want. Exchange it. Remember when I was talking about negotiation? What you want is what the other person wants. You just need to bring it up. You need to bring up how that plan is going to work. For everybody, not just for yourself. But you need to figure out how everybody's involved. How everybody can work through it. As we move away from April, you're going to learn how to recalibrate and recharge yourself through life circumstances. And when you start taking yourself to nature, you will definitely heal yourself. So please, please, during this time, try to take your family out to nature, because this will definitely heal them. Bringing out your inner hidden self, whether it's positive or negative, will allow you to go deep within yourself. The deeper that you go, the higher you will soar. And yeah, you will run into hurdles, and you need to deal with it. You need to stop being scared every time that you have a hurdle. Every time you have a hurdle, it's not the end of the world. Stop being scared. There's people that you can go out and ask help to be there for you. And when they come and rescue you, smile, because you have interaction with them. But if you want that interaction with them, you need to accept them for who you are, for who they are, and they need to accept you for who you are. But you need to allow yourself to work in a way where you can compromise with others, so that way you can work with these other people, where you guys can actually establish something together. And you're going to find air signs and water signs allowing you to evolve. So that will be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libras. Those will be the people that will allow you, they will teach you how to communicate in a thought process, to let yourself work with these fire signs. And the water signs will teach you your emotional depth. And it's been it's really hard for you guys to show your vulnerability to people. But when you guys start getting really close to your water sign friends, or people that have a lot of water in their chart, or people that are very sensitive, people that cry a lot, if you allow yourselves to be around those people without being annoyed, you will really evolve into spiritual beings. Because Capricorn, you are pretty much every single sign. All the way, besides, every single sign is inside of you except for Pisces and Aquarius. You pretty much own all the other ones. You can manipulate them in any way you want. You can have them think any way you want. But you have to see where, you have to spend time with them and see where they're coming from. And then you guys will build the alliance and a compromise with each other. Otherwise, if there's no compromise, one is burning the other. You have to understand what it takes for them to be happy and what it takes for you to be happy. Dig inside more. Stop being impatient. Dig and dig. Why? Why? Ask why. Ask why. Ask why. Why is this? Why is that? Ask. Educate yourself. Watch movies. Find a way where you can make yourself more sensitive and empathetic for people. Let them speak their truth. Let them speak their mind, so that way they can allow you to do it too. Once you open that door to honesty without feeling the fear of being judged, they will do the same for you. I know that they're scared that you're going to judge them as well. Just as much as you're being scared to be judged, they feel that feeling around you as well. So please, as the time goes by, show people that they can be comfortable around you. If you've noticed that you've made somebody uncomfortable with something you've said, it's okay that you say your truth. I really need you to say your truth. Please say your truth. Your truth is more important than anything. But please be diplomatic about it. Don't be so upset if someone starts saying something. Just ask them, why did you say that? Why did you mean it like that? Have the patience to understand where this person is coming from. Give them time to explain where they came to this rationality, because sometimes these other people that you're talking to, they need to evolve, okay? And without you having a conversation with them, they cannot evolve. You guys need to battle it out with the conversation so that both of you guys can grow. And if you don't allow this growing to happen, if you don't allow compromise, if you don't allow debate, if you start getting headaches just because you can't deal with debates, you're never going to evolve as a human being. You need to start allowing debates. You need to start allowing people to have their own opinion, because you need that for yourself. So this month is more about exchange. This month is more about you understanding how to cross and pollinate with people, because you've been an outcast for way too long, and you're too valuable to ever outcast yourself. You don't understand what a prize you are. You don't understand how dire need we are to you. And if you drop out of people's lives, if you drop out away from me, if you drop away from my friends, if you drop away from strangers, it hurts us because of how much we need you. You're so important to us, Capricorn. You need to understand that. And some of us really need to know, we are going to get that unlimited black card with you, that unlimited American Express. We need to know you're never going to go, that you're always going to be there, but you're happy to be there, not because you're compromising to be there. Because if you're compromising to be there, don't be there. Okay? You're wasting your time. We need to know, are you in this for the long haul, or is this just something that you're doing to us as a favor? Because we don't need favors anymore. We need to get off of our asses and really see life for what it is. You need to show us this dark, cold world that you've been living in, because otherwise we don't get it. We don't understand. So stick to your truth. And every time you scream a little bit, maybe we need it so that way we can evolve. Because every time we have a debate, we're growing as humans. So stop being scared that we're debating. Because the more we argue and not be scared that we're arguing, the more we can love each other and like really have a true alliance, like a real one, where we can like tomorrow I could be like, you know what, we had a discussion and I know like I'm always going to be in your corner, and because you told me that I'm always going to be in your corner, so now you could be in my corner always and forever. You need to let people know that we're always in this together, regardless of what happens. You need to look them in their eye and say, we are in this together no matter what. That's what that person was missing. Because if you don't do this, you're going to start seeing people slipping away. They need to allow you to have your opinion, and you need to allow them to have their opinion. And they need to accept your happiness, and you need to accept their happiness. And after you guys cross this, everything will be fine. Everything will start evolving in the way that it should. There is a mission that you are supposed to help people with, Capricorn. And it could be that it wasn't the job that you started out to. It could be the hobby that you have on the side. Or it could be something that crosses with the job that you're putting together right now. But I need you to know 2020 will be a very important year. And if you are floundering in your depression or your ice cold box, Capricorn, this world will stay like that. We're leaning on you. Please, please come back. Come back to us. Let us know that you're here for the long haul. In whatever way that you are physically capable of being, okay? If you want to be our friend, be our friend. But just say, you know what? I can only be the friend. If you want to be the lover, be the lover. If you want to be the best friend, be the best friend. Speak up of what you're capable of doing and allow it to grow. Do not fear that it's not at 100% from the beginning, because always know that you can always evolve as a human being. You don't have to be 100% with everybody right away, except that it's at 20%. Hey, person that I love, that I'm related to, like this. I know we're at 20% right now, but my goal is that one day we could be at 100%. Let them know. Let them know that that is your goal eventually. Okay. So as I begin this reading, I'm building a fire inside of you, okay? Or there's a fire sign that's in your life, or there's a passionate fire that's burning right now. There's a passionate fire of desire to charge at something like a soldier. This can also represent the sign of Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. And this person is like here like a rescue. So it's either you that's doing the rescue, or it's this person that's like doing the rescue. It's the passionate love, and it's fiery, and it brings togetherness. And Capricorn, please go camping when you get a chance, or build a fire, or like during this Taurus season. It's gonna end on May 20th. The last day is May 20th. Promise me you'll go to the nature, even if you can't have it. I mean, like, if you have it the ultimate nature way, the best way for you to do it is to take everybody that will go with you as a group, go camping, build a fire, you know, make whatever your s'mores are, whatever your barbecue is, whatever your way that you guys feed each other, and bring your snacks and luxurize in nature with each other. And if you're not a nature person, you know, you can always go and be fancy schmancy and go get an air mattress and put that in your tent, and put bug spray on, you know, anti-bug spray, and you could live like lavish like that. But I don't think you guys are like that. But if you are, you know, there's always ways around this. There's always ways to make yourself feel extra comfortable. If you only have a few hours, just go take yourself to nature with one friend. And if you don't have that many friends, you can take one person with you. But until May 20th, I want you to go find a nature place where you can just sit out there and get a bunch of sun and get your legs a little bit lit up by this beautiful sun. Have your face lit up a little bit, you know, put your SPF on if you need to. You know, light yourself up. Get yourself a little tan, man. I don't care if you don't like getting a tan. Go. It's really good for the soul. It's good for the soul. I want you to go out there and charge. When you go and charge, And not in, you know, because you guys are so focused on your daily responsibilities and duties. When you start focusing on that charge, whatever that recharge is for you, you guys are going to be feeling really super good. And what's crossing it is you having you're scared to explore. You're scared to set out a venture with this person that you love, or the people that you love. But you know, you gotta at once schedule some time where you could be out in nature. And if finances are a problem, find out a way where you can bring groups together where you guys can all somehow pitch in together. See, when you make friends, Capricorn, all the finances are not left on you anymore. You know, when you make real friends, you know, everybody pays their own way, and sometimes you help them and sometimes they help you, and you start building more and more alliances. And when you're down, they take you out, and when you're down, you take them out, and it just works out for everybody. So I want you to somehow take your friends or your companion and go out to nature and find that adventure, because you feel like you've been under a spell of like illusion. You're still under that illusion. You're still like wondering what is going on. How am I being betrayed? These people are being shady. These people are being greedy. These people are superficial. It's illusion. It's illusion because you're not willing to compromise in different ideas. You've learned so much in your life, and it's made you think that the world was cold, which it could be. Yeah, it's hella cold. I've seen it cold for a very long time. But it's when you switch, when you believe in the secret, when you believe in the law of attraction, that you start switching. When you start finding videos like these ones, when you start telling yourself, I'm going to make good friends now, friends that make me happy and not tell me things that make me feel negative, people that make me feel inspired, people that make me feel like I'm actually a good person and not a bad person, people that maybe I misunderstood myself for a very long time. People actually really wanted my happiness. That's why they were arguing with me so much. I took it the wrong way. Because in the distant past, all you ever wanted was a happy family. That's all you ever wanted. That's all you ever dreamt of. That was the only thing you ever wanted. As a child, I could see you asking yourself, Mom, Dad, are we a happy family? So it inspires you to be the most perfect parent in the world. It inspires you to want to be like this magnificent parent one day. But in the recent past, you can't do that because your finances are stuck. Okay? And when you start realizing that you have everything that you want, that you just have to build it, that stress and that pressure of responsibility, because here's the thing, Capricorn, you haven't taken care of yourself for a very long time. You've settled for a very long time. You haven't bought the best things for yourself. You haven't lived in the best situations for yourself. You've always settled in some way, somehow. You know, like I have some Capricorn friends that would just tell me all the time, you know, I have the money, I just feel like I want to go and buy clothes from the Goodwill because I just like them, you know. And I'm not trying to be superficial, but I just feel like you deserved more than trying something recycled. It's not that, no, like go, whatever, you know, go shop anywhere you want to shop. I'm not saying you got to go buy something that's worth $5,000. But there's sometimes, like, I'm not saying that you have to go to Goodwill either. Some of you guys make lots of really good money. You guys are very goal-driven, very successful people, in fact. I'm just saying, like, these people that never work as hard as you luxurize and they really luxurize for themselves. And that's why they're so happy and cheerful. Is because they luxurize for themselves. You know those superficial people that annoy the shit out of you? The ones that go and, oh, let's go shopping. Let's go do this. Let's go. That's their way of making you happy. This is an oxytocin that they have learned to build for themselves to make themselves happy. This is something that they've done for themselves to teach themselves how to be happy. It's the selfishness that they have taught themselves to learn how to feel happy. And I'm not saying one or the other is correct. I'm saying find a balance. I'm saying you're not right because you're also way too responsible, but they're not right because they're also way too superficial. So why don't you find an in between where it's like a marriage, where it's like, where this orange color, which is happiness, and this white color, which is purity, brings a color of pinkness in your life. That I have a pink candle that I lit for you today, and I did pink, white, and orange. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to bring happiness and purity in your life, which would bring back love. And it was really important for me to explain that right now. And the reason why I'm explaining it is because in the future, there's a person that is in your life that's very emotional. They're very loving. They're very caring. They could have a lot of water in their chart. They could either be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer. Their love is so free-flowing. And it makes you feel like, what are my options? What can I do? What can I do? Like I have this, I have that, but it's all, this fantasizing about your options is going to do nothing but depress you, is what I'm trying to tell you right now. If you keep thinking that you're not satisfied, you will completely be unsatisfied. If you keep starting to find all these extra flaws in your partner, in your relationships, in the people that you live with the people that your friends are, the people that you're surrounded by, this year will be a year where you start learning how to appreciate others so that way they can open the door of appreciation for you. This had to happen so that way you can build empathy. This had to happen so you could build appreciation. You've done so much, but others have done so much too. They wouldn't have done for you if you wouldn't have done for them. Because a lot of this was a two-way street. A lot of this fighting, a lot of this getting along was a two-way street. It was when you were, every time you get in a fight with your partner and you're secretly thinking, oh, this piece of crap, that partner is going to start feeling the same way as you. Because you need to understand that you and your partner are tethered. You guys have like some kind of connection together. So the second that you are going to start thinking that they are not the one for you, they start getting that feeling too. You guys have to understand that you are tethered together. You see, Capricorn, what you don't understand is that you have major psychic abilities. And when this person feels weak, you start feeling weak. When people drain you, they start draining you. You start draining them. When they flourish you, you flourish them. You transfer energy a lot. And because you don't know how to control your energy, you either force others on your own opinion, or you completely just simply do away with them. Because it's such a strong presence to be near you. I feel that every time I'm around Capricorns, I love them to death, and I want to spend, it's just such an addictive feeling that I have too at the same time. It's because of how much energy and vibe you guys have. And a Libra being around a Capricorn is like just straight medicine for each other sometimes. I honestly feel like every time I'm near a Capricorn, you guys are just straight pure medicine. Whether it's in a good way or a bad way. But it's something that you need to think about. And when you start understanding that what you had was a gift and not something to use as to torture yourself with, and actually use this as a energy manipulation, because really that's what it is. This is something that you were born to do. You're going to start controlling what your thoughts are about. So this is the card of confusion, okay? This is the person that you love. This person's there for you. or you're about to fall into someone that is like really there for you. Or this person has water in the chart. It's a feminine energy. So you could be a girl and have masculine energy, and then your partner is more like the girl, you know? Or you guys could be a gay couple, and but this person is the one with the feminine energy. This person, if they're not a water sign, and if they don't have water in their chart, you're surrounded by someone, and if they're not a lover, this is definitely someone that is highly, very emotional and very, very, very intuitive. You have no idea how intuitive this person is. Capricorn, you are also intuitive, and there's no such thing as a mistake. The partner that you're around is supposed to be here to help you evolve, whoever this person is around you. This is a process that you're going to understand for the next 3 years. There's no escaping this time. There's no I'm abandoning it this time, or I'm either going to burn your ass or abandon you. You have no choice but to break down and crumble now. Because once you break down and crumble, you're going to start feeling something where you have freedom again. Okay. I'm going to give you a little bit more this month because I know that's what you're craving. So when I talk today, either replay this message, because I really want you to take me seriously, because at the end of the month when we talk, we're going to have a culmination at the end of the month. So I want you to really take this discussion very seriously about what I'm going to tell you, because I know there's a path that you want to get to. You need to leave somewhere, either for a career or to get with your lover. You want to go back to your lover, or you want to get to that lover that you want, and it's too taboo for you to even talk about. So you've been lying to others, and you keep it to yourself because of how much burden this relationship or this situation brings to you. But no matter what, you just have this love inside of you. So let me explain how you can get to what you want to do. And it's either the career choice or the love that you want to get to, but it involves most likely traveling or getting to a destination different than where you're at. And it's not going to be at the home that you live at now, where you really want to get to. Most likely, a lot of you are going to move within the next 3 years. And it's going to be a major shift in your life, and this is major evolution. You're going to come to a point where you realize like somebody is very emotional, and you're going to feel like, what are my options now? I have so many options, but really just thinking about those options is the 10 of Swords, okay? So every time you go to that thought, you will kill yourself. You will kill yourself emotionally, because if you are actually right now with a partner, and this is somebody that you actually really love, like it would hurt you to leave them. Think about the outcome of what you're thinking in your thoughts. They cannot read exactly what your mind is, but you guys have an energy link connected to each other. So if you're thinking, oh my God, they're gonna leave me, guess what? They're gonna leave you. Oh my God, they love me. Guess what? They love you. Oh my God, they're so emotional. Let me give them love. Because when you're emotional, are you annoying or are you loved? So give back more of what you want. And this is not just your lovers, guys. This is like your mom, your dad, even if they're passed away, your uncles, your aunts, those fire signs that you can't deal with, all of those people. You have to have a complete positive thought, because in the middle of this month, you're going to feel like you're very sad, and in that you can't take a risk because someone had told you something that was very sharp and very hurtful at the end of this month. You're really going to feel like that. But after you know this truth, you're going to make up your mind about not leaving anymore, because you've been acting like you got it, but you're showing a different face with your people. You're saying like, yeah, I accept it, I accept you, I accept this, I accept that, but really it's not there yet. That's just your show face, because that's where you're trying to head in life right now. You're just showing that face right now. But really, the face that you want to show is the one that's like able to talk about what's bothering you, able to have real relationships with people that don't abandon you. You want to open that, you want to be able to open that cross with others where you can actually like really open your heart. And and you're going to do it with this Libra that you meet. So if there's a Libra in your life, she's one of the most important people in your life right now. And if it's not a Libra, Capricorn, it's going to be an Aquarius, or it's going to be a Gemini. But I really have a major feeling like this Libra will help you evolve and push through when you feel like you can't take risks. Like you're going to feel like, man, I feel so dead because I can't take risks. I feel like I'm so limited. I hate this. I hate this damn limits. You need to go find Libra. If you don't have a Libra friend, like you need to start asking people their birthdays or whatever the fuck, because I'm so sorry I cussed. I've been doing this once in a while lately because I get so excited for you guys. So if you have a person that's a Libra in your life, I need you guys to really talk to them about like how truth works, and stop feeling scared that you're going to be abandoned by Libra. If you're ever worried about Libra, Libra's the last person that you ever need to worry about. Libra's cool as long as you're honest. As long as you're honest, like beforehand, before you do something, they're cool with whatever the hell you want to do. But you got to be like straightforward and honest. And Libra will show you the way of how to connect with others. Like, just like I decided to do Zodiac, like Libra was like, I am a Libra myself. Libra represents the hips and the kidneys. We're right in the middle. So we can actually talk to the Leos. We could talk to the Aries. We get along with all these people that you're weird about. We have no problem. But through us, we are the sign. We're not a fire sign. We're an air sign. So, and we're more like Earth, but we know how to communicate with fire. Like when we talk to fire signs, like an air sign and a fire sign together is like a hot air balloon. So if you need to understand these people, you need to go through Libra, so that way you can figure out, how can I deal with my life? After you find that Libra or that air sign, Aquarius or Gemini, this person is going to be a best friend to you. This person is your asset. And if that's your lover, you have no idea how lucky you are. You have no idea. And I'm not just saying this because this is my sign. I'm just saying, like, this is a person that doesn't want to abandon you, and this is a person that, like, you could be like straight up and real with, but they want to turn you into an honest person. They don't want you to live in secret anymore. They want to turn you into like, hey, look at my friend. Aren't you proud of them? They're amazing. They want to turn you inside out, where you don't have to carry any more secrets. They want to evolve you into a person that you could be able to talk to everybody. You don't have walls anymore. You don't feel your shadow side anymore. You don't feel like you're going to be abandoned anymore. You don't feel like you're going to be hurt anymore. You don't have this thing this stigma where you feel like everybody's out to get you or betray you. If you have a Libra in your life, that Libra will be like medicine to the soul. So Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a guy or a girl, but it's feminine energy. So sometimes, like, even though I'm a girl, I'll have masculine energy at any time. It's not because it's just the energy passes through me. You know, like all of a sudden I'm like masculine. I'm working hard. I'm doing overtime. You know, like it's just that energy. It doesn't mean that I'm sexist. I'm saying like I have all of that inside of me. But this is more of like a womanly, like, I'm not trying to like take over. I'm trying to work with you. I'm not trying to be your boss. I'm trying to just work beside you and saying, hey, we're equals. So there's a person that wants to be your equal. This person is really, really working hard to be your equal, because you guys share an exchange with each other, and this person can really bring a lot of opportunity in your life. And at the end of the month, you will realize that. And I'm doing a free extended reading for you guys this month because I love you guys so much that I really care about you guys. And as long as you guys leave the comments open and you guys keep talking about, you know, what's going on, and if you guys are really going through the same thing, I'm going to start talking about what everybody's talking about as a lump sum in the comments. So this month, if you guys talk about all the things that I was talking about right now, by next month, or I'll bring it up again and be like, hey, you know, how did this work out? Because now the energy is shifting this way. And this is the opposite of leaving. So after you go through this process, you're going to go through this process. So whatever that means to you, you're going to start feeling like, I don't have to be responsible for everybody. I don't have to hang myself if I don't want to. It was actually an illusion that I thought this whole time. I thought that I was trapped, but really, I actually wanted to stay here. I just wanted to shift the energy. That's all it was. I actually wanted to stay here. I just only wanted to shift the energy, and I thought I can't control people. But it wasn't through controlling people, Capricorn. It was changing yourself. It was melting out of that ice. If you haven't seen last month's reading, you guys have to really watch it. Like, you have to go watch it. There's no denial. Like, you have to watch it. So, I don't want to torture you with what hurdles you're going to go through, okay? You are going to go through some hurdles. I'm not going to sugarcoat, and I know that you don't want me to sugarcoat for you either. There's going to be some hurdles, but that's why I'm in your life. I'm here to heal you. I'm here to tell you, like, hey, at the end of these 3 years, you are going to be happy, but just follow this energy right now. And what I'm saying is there's a person, there's an asset in your life right now. You really need to let this person visit you more often, because they're going to download some information in your life and in your soul right now. And this person really needs you. They really need your time, Capricorn, especially if it's Libra. Libra really needs your time. And if they're not telling you that, it's something they need. So whoever this person is, especially if like they're always around, like it's just someone that you at least see once or twice a month, and it's this air sign. So whoever is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, this person will really help you heal. They'll help you evolve, and they'll help you at the end go anywhere you want to go, be anywhere you want to be. And there's going to be some changes during the season of Cancer. We're going to get into that later, but I need you to move this shift of energy faster for me, because the faster this direction heats and it starts going and you start being optimistic and positive, everything else will be more like that. It's going to be a roller coaster, but higher and higher and higher and higher. Okay, so that's where I need it to go, because you need to accept the good and the bad, so that way we can clean and bleach all of this crap out. Okay, you guys, so I will see you guys at the end of the month. I'm going to have a culmination video for all of the zodiacs, for all of the signs, and then I want to bring a discussion. I want to bring a forum. Whatever you guys can bring it to me. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for sharing all your time. I'm so sorry that this video was so long, but I was very inspired to do it. And if you didn't have the time, please rewatch it over and over again if you ever feel weak, or if it's 3 in the morning. I have left you meditation music on my playlist. If there's and if you feel like you need some healing, go watch those meditation videos. And I've also left some other like weird stuff too, if you like it, you know, like watch that other stuff too. I'm not saying like you have to believe everything that's out there. I'm just saying, look at this crazy cool stuff that's interesting that that people on YouTube left out there. I thought it was pretty cool, and I want to know what your opinion on that is. So, you know, I'm not saying that's the end all be all, but people are talking about the event. And I have a feeling that the people that are the most happiest are the ones that are going to stay on Earth, and the people that are the most miserable are going to either take their lives or end up so depressed, and they're going to end up with cancer and diseases. Because you've heard of people that are so optimistic that they take themselves out of depression, and all of a sudden they heal themselves naturally. So that's what we need you to do, but start building that ability to be emotional again. Once you work with fire, you're going to be able to be like water again. So it's really important for that to happen, because you guys are the knees of the zodiac. You guys are the ones that like kick the ass of everything. You guys will help us push through everything that we need to push through. You're the boat. You're the actual ship itself. And everybody needs to jump on your same ship, the same plan that you have. Like, we need to get on that path. But we can't get on it until you break free from the ice. Once you're towards the fire, then we can all get together. So hopefully this works out by the end of the month. But we're going to get back together, because just watch out for the Sagittarius moon, okay? Just make sure that you don't fight too much. Just make sure that you guys keep it together. Keep it steady. Keep it sturdy. But keep your mind focused on where the journey is. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much to my visiting my channel. Please like it, please share it, and please subscribe it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great one.